What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Evan and I make videos about hot stocks, dividends, and options. So if that interests you guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload. Now, in today's video, we're going to kind of recap why NIO has been up so much lately, in the last few weeks especially. And we're also going to cover what you can possibly expect going into earnings, which is on November 17th, and what we could possibly see from NIO after they report their earnings. But looking at NIO today, they're up 1.4% on the day, and they're really not up or down at all today. I mean, in the last hour or so, they've actually kind of gone up slightly, and that's why they're at this 1.4% on the day. But you can see most of the day, NIO was pretty flat, and this corresponds to where they closed yesterday, so they're at a similar price to what they closed at yesterday. And if we look at the 1 week chart, you can see NIO actually is sort of consolidating around this $41 area. Now, I said yesterday that I didn't think there was really enough evidence to create a support line around $41 because I was looking at November 6th, which is here, and you can see they were trading around $41 most of this day. And then if we look at yesterday, NIO was around $41 to $42 most of the day yesterday. And it looks like the case is pretty similar today, where NIO is bouncing around $41 to $42. So for me, that's a good area for NIO to be at, this $41 area. Now we know NIO spiked up to over $45, and I think we could all agree that NIO shot up pretty quick in a very short amount of time. And so to see them kind of consolidate around this $41 area, it's a good thing for investors to see because they can see that NIO is consolidating and they're not just going to drop like a rock. Or at least that's the hope, with them forming this support line around $41 to $42. And most investors, at least if you've been investing for a while, you know if a stock has a very strong support line, typically they'll stay there for a while and then they'll continue upwards. Now, NIO could drop as well, but if they form this $41 to $42 support line and they can extend it out for a week or two, we likely won't see NIO drop past that $41 or $42 range for quite a while, if ever. Now, obviously, if we look at the 1 year chart, NIO is up over 2,000%, which is insane. And so if they can form a support line around $41 and hold that for an extended period of time, that's going to be really good for investors, and they'll see that NIO actually is somewhat stable. Now, a lot of people would argue that NIO is being overinflated and they're super overvalued right now. And looking at the 1 year chart, I wouldn't really disagree with that because NIO shot up like a rocket, especially in the last month or so. But hopefully we can see NIO form a strong support line and consolidate for a while, because with all these major moves upward, it kind of makes investors uneasy to invest in NIO. But as always, taking a look at the overall market today too, SPY isn't really up or down. They're up 0.7% on the day, but much like NIO, they're not up or down too much. And again, looking at the 1 week chart, SPY is up just over 2% on the week. And you can see they're just slightly higher than yesterday. And so that kind of explains why NIO is trading pretty flat today as well, because the overall market's been pretty flat. But now to kind of go over a few things on why NIO is up so much in the last month or so, and also a few things to kind of expect going into earnings on November 17th. Now we know that a lot of people refer to NIO as the Tesla of China to say, and it looks like it's becoming more and more true because right now, if you guys didn't know, NIO is actually worth more than General Motors in terms of their valuation and what their company is worth. I believe NIO is somewhere around $54 billion and they're $1 or $2 billion higher than General Motors. And to kind of put that into perspective, General Motors produces millions of vehicles, where on a run rate, NIO produces 60,000. So that number is based on what they're producing right now, and if you extended that out over the course of a year. But that's kind of crazy that a company producing 60,000 vehicles is worth more than a company producing millions of vehicles. And again, you could argue that they're overinflated, but people are going to pay what they think NIO is worth, especially those long-term investors. If they think NIO is going to 10x in the future, they're going to buy shares and hold on to them long term. And so we're not going to see these major dips in the share price of NIO. It should just continue upwards. Now that doesn't always happen, and that's pretty unrealistic to expect. But long term, NIO is going to be worth well beyond what they're trading for right now. Now, one of the big reasons that kind of helped push NIO's share price up higher in the last couple weeks was that they reported 5,000 deliveries for the month of October. Now that's both a record delivery for the month of October as well as the entire quarter. And when you put all these things together, NIO's delivered over 31,000 vehicles this year just in 2020 alone. Now that's a 111% spike from the previous year. And just from this news, NIO's stock shot up around 14%. But if we go back even farther than these deliveries, a few weeks ago, JP Morgan put out a price prediction at $40 for next June, and we saw NIO jump around 26% in a single day. And then just a couple days ago, JP Morgan actually put out another price prediction at $46.40. So there's definitely a lot of investors and big banks and analysts that believe in NIO long term because they're constantly putting out these new price predictions. And another catalyst that could push up NIO's share price in the near future is their Q3 revenue and sales. Now, if we look at the previous quarter, NIO reported a 146.5% increase in their revenue and sales. And now investors expect this value to grow by 147% in the upcoming quarter. And it says that it's likely that NIO will hit this target given that their sales in Q3 jumped by 150%. Now, this is good news for NIO. And obviously they're not going to be profitable yet. I don't think people are expecting a profit for quite a few quarters. I think it was estimated somewhere between 4 and 6 quarters. Probably more towards the 6-quarter mark, unless NIO can actually deliver quite a few more vehicles going into 2021. Because there is talk about them wanting to deliver 12,500 vehicles per month in early 2021. And that would set a record for the year at 150,000 deliveries in 2021. So if they can do that, NIO should become profitable much sooner than 6 quarters. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But in terms of their earnings report for Q3, which is on November 17th, we should see very positive news regarding what NIO has done in terms of revenue and sales in comparison to the Q2. So definitely something to watch out for. And if you guys haven't seen my last few videos, I actually covered how NIO is releasing a new battery, and it's their 100 kilowatt hour battery. And they're hoping to implement this into their newest vehicle, the EC6, pretty soon. Now, last Saturday, you could actually begin pre-ordering an EC6 with this 100 kilowatt hour battery. Now, it never said when the vehicle would be released or delivered, but pre-orders began last Saturday, I believe. And this newer and bigger battery also allows older customers with the 70 and 84 kilowatt hour batteries to upgrade to this 100 kilowatt hour battery. And I think they just have to pay a small fee each month or annually, and they'll be able to upgrade from 70 up to 100 or from 84 up to 100 kilowatts. And this upgrade to their batteries definitely allows NIO to compete better with Tesla, because as we know, Tesla's kind of the EV giant and they dominate everywhere they have vehicles. But NIO definitely has all these things that I think in the future could put them over the top of Tesla. It's just a matter of time because they have these things like their upgraded batteries now. They have the battery swap stations. They have the battery as a service. They're constantly working on their Navigate on Pilot to improve it. And so they have all these things that Tesla doesn't even have right now, and we don't know if they're actually working on anything like these. So in the future, I think NIO could be worth well beyond Tesla if Tesla just continues what they're doing right now and they don't improve their technologies. Now, even though NIO has been on quite a roll this year and they're up a substantial amount, I think a lot of people are expecting NIO to continue going up in the months ahead. Now, China's economy isn't even fully recovered from the pandemic. And so if you took NIO and put them in a fully recovered economy in China, I can only imagine how high NIO would be right now. But that's something to look forward to both next year and in the coming few years, because as China's economy recovers fully, we should see NIO and the overall EV market in China, so that would include Li Auto and XPeng and a few others, we should see them all increase in price. So if you have shares of other EV companies and not just NIO, your entire portfolio should see a nice bump in the price. And one last thing that should help boost up the EV market in the future is China's plans to actually get rid of gas-powered vehicles by 2035. Now you guys probably know this, but this would have a huge effect on electric vehicles because that would be pretty much the only means of transportation if gas-powered vehicles weren't allowed. So then you can only imagine how high the EV market would go as a whole. It would probably 10 and possibly 20x if gas-powered vehicles were no longer allowed. So for those of you who made it this far into the video, I want to hear what your guys' predictions are for NIO going forward and what you think they're going to hit by the end of the year. Now I know I've asked you guys in the past, But quite a few times after I've asked you guys, NIO shot up a large amount, and then we saw NIO surpass a lot of expectations that we already had. Because I know I originally had the thought that NIO was going to hit around the $40 mark by the end of the year, and now we've seen NIO hit over $45. So I want to hear what you guys think end of the year NIO is going to be trading at. My prediction is somewhere around $55. Now I'm not really set on that. That's just kind of what I'm thinking right now based on how they've been moving recently. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Lastly, if you guys haven't signed up for Webull, make sure you sign up and deposit $100 and you get 3 free stocks now. And this promotion ends soon, so make sure you guys get your free stocks before it ends. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like because it really does help out the channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye.